a Kia Rio hatchback, and my car was totaled. I want to talk about this car's time period. It was 2012 Kia Rio hatchback. Back then, there was a segment that was slowly declining. It was really popular, and then it kind of declined. And I feel like there's not enough of these, because honestly, like, if you're single and you have one kid, or you're just single with a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, you don't need much bigger than this. And now they try to sell you like all these crossovers and SUVs. Like, you look at most cars and they're SUVs now. Like, that's pretty much all we see, but most people don't need something that big, to be honest. Like, it's not necessary. And I think like the hatchback, and I know why they're not there anymore, and the dealers are not really pushing these cars, but because the profit margin is not that good, and they are often reliable, and that also means that they don't have as much as a rotation. You see, that's a 2012 Rio you just saw there. You can see plenty of them still running around. It's been like 14 years since these cars were released, and they still are on the road. Same with the Toyota Yaris, the old Corollas and such. So they're still here, and I think it shows that it's the type of cars that are good for people who maybe don't have the money. And see, there's another Rio there that just passed by, a white one. So it's like, these cars, people appreciate these cars. They're cheap, hatchback, so that means there's a lot of headroom for stuff to put in. The trunk is not that big, but it's good enough for most people. You don't need much bigger than this, like I said. Back then, in 2012, we had the Fiesta, Ford Fiesta ST, the normal version. You had the Golf that was offered in a standard trim, like, and now it's only the R and GTI, which are more expensive. They're still pretty reliable, I think, but it just shows like there's less and less. Now, if you want a hatchback new, the only option is a Nissan Micra, I think, which is a 3-cylinder, and the Corolla hatchback, I think. That's all. I think there's nothing else if you want a hatchback. Like, it's crazy. Maybe the Elantra GT. The GT, I think, is a hatchback. So it's like you're really limited. I think I know, like, the profit margin is small, that's why they're not pushing these cars, but they honestly should, for the good of everyone and the consumers. When you go to other countries, you'll see those cars getting sold new and stuff, because there's a demand for it. They're cheaper. See the Suzuki hatchback. We don't see those anymore, though. They are discontinued because the brand left Canada. But it was there in 2012. Was another option in 2012. There was also the Ford Focus. A bit bigger, but it was still a cheap car. You had the Focus RS if you wanted a hot hatch, a Civic Type R, Civic Si. Or if you wanted a normal Civic, you had the Echo, Toyota Echo, Yaris, all these. Like, you still see those cars on the road, so that means like there was a demand, and they were always saying, oh, the Toyota Matrix you saw here at the gas station, the red one, was another one that's like, those are I think 2008-ish. They're a bit bigger, bigger cars, but I don't know, if you want a hatch, you can get a Subaru WRX hatchback, I think. I don't know if they still make it hatchback, but I know they did back then. See another Rio there. Another Kia. Like, these cars are really popular. Like, they really sold well. These, but they removed them because they said the demand was not good enough. I just think they bullshitted people and just said that because see another Toyota there. That's a Prius, I think. Those year models, they don't look that bad. They look pretty good. With this car I have right now, I get like 8 liters per 100 kilometers of gas economy, which is really good. And it's still going strong. Like, didn't have any issues with like engine or anything. My mom just had to change a crank sensor, which was like $300. The gas tank because of rust. She never did any treatment for rust on this car. So because of that, it's kind of, there's some rust on it, like, but people who buy these cars, they don't really care about that. It's not really the purpose. It's just to go A to B and that's it. Like, these RAV4s also, they're really good. Like, if I bought a car used, I probably would have bought these RAV4s, one of those from that year. I think it's 2008-ish. I like how all they look. They have all-wheel drive and they're really strong. But the V6 is like really reliable, and the kind of cars you won't see anymore. Like, this era of cars is like, it's gone. Now it's all like they want you to get something new, just rent the car and get something new all the time. Of course, like, the interior in this car, as you can hear, is like all flopping around and everything's loose because it's all plastic, but it's like, it's a cheap car, man. Like, who gives a fuck? That thing new, I think my mom, she paid $22,000 new, 2012. If you roughly adjust it for inflation now, it would be 30,000-ish, I think, because of what you see now. Most cars are in that price range. You don't really go below 30,000 now. But she bought, my mom, like I told her, she liked her Kia Rio, so I told her, like, just get a newer one. There's not any more Kia Rios now offered new. I think the last year was 2023, and she got a 2023, 40,000 kilometers, so that's like 20,000 miles ish. She paid 19,000. Like, it's such a good value for what you get, especially now they have more equipment. She has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. She has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, two things, wireless on top of that. My Q50 that I was looking at the 2022, didn't have that. Only had wireless Apple CarPlay. And Android Auto was wired. So you can see, like, Kia has always been like, for since they released this Kia Rio, they've been improving and really like stepping up their game in terms of reliability and equipment offered on base models. And they were really smart with their pushing their cars that way. Like they have a bit of this reputation here where they have more equipment than other cars, other brands where you need to pay more, and the base model has like nothing. Of like Honda, for example, and other brands where base models are really, you get a lot less. Especially brands that are reputable with reliability, like Toyota and Honda. They can offer cars with less equipment and people will still buy them because they have that brand reputation, I think. But if you're young and you're looking for a car used, the Rio like I have right now is a really good option. Some people have told me they have issues with these cars. But I think if you do the main, like this is a Rio, but newer one, like a bit like my mom, what she bought. It's like 2020 or 2022, something like that. They're good cars, and these newer models, they look better also. It's not a bad looking car. It's just obviously not made to look amazing or be sporty, you know. It's like, as a car enthusiast like me, it's not really the types of car that really interest me. But from a optimistic point of view, I think they're good cars. Same thing as I see like someone with a old Toyota Tercel or something like that. It's not pretty or anything. It's not a car I would get, but like I get why people are buying them, and that is still going around. They're amazing cars in terms of reliability. I mean, can't speak. But they're really good cars. Like even these Hyundai Accent, they're really popular. They were, at least. A lot of people got them. Like back when it came out, it was really popular. Now it's another one they don't make anymore. So instead they just make the Elantra GT, I think, with more equipment. So you have to pay more for your hatchback than you used to. That Nissan Micra, I think, is the only one that's so new, that's really compact hatchback. They're pretty cheap. I think they're under 20,000, if I remember correctly. They're really cheap. But yeah, I don't know if they're really reliable though, because Nissan is like a bit. It's hit or miss depending on what you get. If you have a CVT, if you have the 3 cylinder engine, I don't know if it's reliable or not. But they are certainly interesting cars to get. If you live in Montreal, it's not that bad, because Montreal is like, there's not much snow or anything, and when there's snow, it's like they remove it really quick. Because in snow, I would assume it's not really a good car, like, because it's light, small, not powerful. It must be pretty tricky to get out of snow with that car, but I'm sure for Montreal it's perfect. Like, 2012, I think ish. I think it was out back then, but now it's like I don't think they sell this anymore. Like Mitsubishi now, when I went to the dealer to look at cars quickly, because I was curious to see what they had or were selling new now. Only thing now is it's the Outlander, I think. It's hybrid. You can get it hybrid or just with 4-cylinder, I think. And these are like, apparently they're pretty decent, because they sell quite a bit of those, but it's just it's not my type of car, you know. Anyway, that was just my little talk about this. Like, they should offer more cars like this. And when I went to Costa Rica, for example, to see my father, I noticed that there's a bunch of like cheap cars over there, like Suzuki's. They're still present in that country, and they sell newer models of hatchbacks. There's Chinese brands also. That can only be good, like for people like can't afford really much of a car. They just get a new one, a new hatchback that's pretty affordable. Because now with the interest rates also, it's like when I was looking for a new car, for example, I was looking for a car the same price I paid my Q50 before, $37,000 without tax or interest or anything. Just the base price was $37,000 now and before, and now it's $800 per month. Before it was $675. So just because of interest, you pay more. You pay like, in my case, I would have paid $130 per month more for 5 years. It's a couple of $1,000. Like, of course, when you get a car like that, you try to clear your debt as soon as possible, because there are always open loans. You can just pay whatever you want. You pay more or less, or the minimum. But still, it's tricky now with this interest rates. Even with really good credit, when I applied, got like 9% interest. It's really high. Like back in the days, if you were getting 9%, you were like second or third chance of, maybe not third chance, but maybe second chance on credit. And you were getting 9%, whatever. Now it's first chance you get 9. It's like wow. It really went up, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about this. Like if you're a car enthusiast, of course, you don't really care about these cars, just like me. For me, it's just to move around, go work until summer comes. But for someone who's like don't have much money and just want something to go A to B, not pay too much on gas, these were the perfect cars.